Now there's a new restaurant in San Juan that offers familiar comforts with a new twist.
It also aims to meet every food craving. Do you think that's possible for you, Paulo? Caroline Howard takes us there.
We're here at the Fox Square building on Connecticut in Green Hills to satisfy a food craving in more ways than one. And by the looks of it, we're on the right track.
From the mouth-watering and hearty dishes to the scrumptious desserts, food for the eyes, taste buds, and soul, this cozy corner in San Juan promises to deliver more than you can ask for.
Chef Ed, Nadine, NACI Comfort Food and Dessert Bar. What's the idea behind it?
It's the nickname of my dad.
Okay.
So this is also a tribute to him. But also we also thought about nasi. In Indonesia, it's rice, right? But with a different spelling, N-A-S-I. And we were thinking, since Chef Ed is very known for his rice dishes, so that's also our strong suit, our rice dishes in the restaurant. Our menu is very eclectic. We have like Filipino, Western dishes, but all of them are very hearty and very flavorful. Yes. So I think that's what ties it all together. Everyone has his or her own comfort food. I just wanted the place to be, you know, very comfy, very cozy. I wanted to be an experience talaga.
And so the quotes?
And the quotes as well. You know, I wanted like a conversation piece or something to think about.
We want to be able to reach out to anybody, and when they come here, they'll be able to find a dish that they like or that will comfort them as if they were eating it in their own home.
Talk about some of the items on your menu.
NACI offers very simple food, but very robust in flavor. We have from, I would say, Asian comfort food, sukiyaki. You know, sukiyaki rice bowl. It's very reasonably priced. We have pastas, which we infused basic Filipino dishes like adobo and also caldereta, but we made it into lasagna and cannelloni, not to give it that Italian tweak, but it's still Filipino comfort food. Okay, and then we have some dishes that are very European and continental, but we just add some ingredients and make it our very own, NACI's very own. Our Fox Square fish fillet, I think we're the only ones serving, you know, ripe fried banana with our food. For example, the Fox Square fish fillet.
See, okay.
That's something that we would eat in Lola's house all the time. No, of course, tweaked a little now to modernize it a little. But the banana and the fish was something staple with us, which for me is comfort food to the max. Mine is the adobo cannelloni, and my brother's is the steak and eggs, and my dad is the chicken ala nasi.
I'm getting the sense that the main course as well as the dessert have equal billing. Is that the case?
The desserts for me are at par with the main course here. The desserts are display case, and you see actually the chefs working on plating desserts. So that's what you look forward to at the end of the meal.
How are you setting yourself apart from the competition?
It's actually the first concept in the Philippines that a restaurant offers a dessert menu, which you can have anything from your red velvet cake to bavaroise to mousses and mangoes jubilee to cupcakes and lollipop cakes. So I think that's one thing that will set us apart, and the consistency and quality of our food.
Chef Cho Marcelino is the creative mind behind the dessert bar.
Because we are doing comfort food, we want to also offer desserts as comfort food. I think we have a healthy craving for desserts. You know, you see it every day in street food. People line up for banana Q or carioca. And there has been a steady growth of pastry shops, which would reflect how we react to desserts. We're doing familiar flavors, blueberry cheesecake, mango cheesecake. We're also doing cakes that are growing to be favorites, people's favorites, such as the red velvet. We're also doing French classics such as l'opera cakes, and also in line with the Christmas season, we're also coming out with a line of brownies, cookies. We have oatmeal cookies, chocolate chip cookies, and we also did a version of our red velvet cookies. In the future, we plan to add to this line of desserts.
Chef Ed shows us how to make the sardine and onion pasta.
The ingredients are sardine, onion, olive oil, butter, laurel. It's so simple and anybody can cook this. So please follow. Olive oil, onions, laurel, and butter, salt, and pepper to taste. Then we cook the onions till they're translucent and caramelized. Then we add the sardines. Any bottled Spanish sardine would do. Then we cook it for about 30 to 40 minutes at a very low fire. You want it to simmer and make sure that the flavors of the two ingredients infuse. Now that our pasta sauce is made, we already have pre-cooked spaghettini. Get some of the sauce and toss.
Then it's time for plating with a bit more sauce and some parsley for presentation.
And there you have it, sardine and onion pasta with spaghettini.
Next, Chef Cho whips up the flourless chocolate cupcakes.
We're gonna make a flourless chocolate cake. It just has 5 ingredients, very simple. Here we have a dark chocolate. We're using Belgian chocolate today. It's about 290 grams. Here we have 200 grams of butter, a tablespoon of vanilla, use good vanilla, and 3 fresh eggs, and 200 grams of sugar. You're also gonna need a cupcake pan, which is lined with butter and some cocoa powder. Combine the dark chocolate with the unsalted butter. You can melt this over a double boiler. Alternatively, you can also melt it in a microwave. Once that's done, here we have the chocolate and the butter mixture, which is already melted. To this, we're just gonna add the eggs and the sugar. You just want to mix it a little vigorously. And then we add the vanilla. We have sort of the texture of warm fudge. Now we're ready to fill the cupcake pans. Okay, so once you've filled your cupcake tins, the next step is to boil some water, put it in a deep oven-proof dish, and then bake this off in an oven about 325 for about 30 to 40 minutes until it's just set. Now that they're chilled, you can unmold them, and this is how they would look like. We would glaze it with a little bit of chocolate glaze. At home, you can also make your own glaze out of heavy cream and dark chocolate. So you boil the heavy cream until it's nice and warm, and then pour it over the chocolate until it's nice and melted, and then pour it over your finished cakes. I'm using raspberry sauce here. Okay.
Here are 2 samples of the NACI comfort food. You have here the onion and sardine pasta, as well as the flourless chocolate cake. I'm going for the pasta first.
Yes.
I enjoy the plain flavor, actually. Very light, very mild, but you can taste all those flavors. The sweetness from the onions, slight saltiness from the sardines. Anybody can cook this at home, but here at NACI is one way to enjoy it without even lifting a finger. Now here's one way to cap off a good meal. Flourless chocolate cake, and I'm going for a bite with a little of that raspberry. Slightly sweet with some sourness from the raspberry.
Whether it's dessert, or the main meal, NACI offers the ultimate food indulgence. And as comfort food goes, Chef Ed and Nadine say good food should also be easy on the pocket.
That's one consideration that NACI Nocom was very insistent in, the affordability of the food in the restaurant.
One dish would figure for like 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 people. My dad's business formula is to bring in a lot of people, and when we get that market, when we get regular customers, through the volume, we can lower the prices, but we don't compromise the quality of the food.
What is the promise of NACI?
Just the promise of delivering good food, flavorful food, desserts, and a place you can feel very comfortable and at home.
The promise of NACI is to tantalize your taste buds, to satisfy your tummy, and to walk out with a smile.
The food here is absolutely satisfying, and I practically just got started. But before I indulge any further, that will do it for this edition of Taste Buds. I'm Caroline Howard. Remember, life is a treat. Till next time.
And this is one of those rare times where we don't have to imagine what the food tasted like because, hey, we've got a sampler here. Thanks so much, Caroline, and to Nadine. Thank you. Delicious stuff.